And hello to all my Scorpio friends. I would like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for February 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a storyline spread. It casts a very wide net across all the different Scorpios. It allows me to be quite accurate because it's like a bunch of little readings all in one. Basically, we're looking at different stories, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 or even 6 different stories about different Scorpios going through different things. So the whole idea is to find the story that's right for you. I've had people say in the feedback that sometimes multiple stories do resonate with them, and that's quite okay that it does. It's very possible, but at the same time, it's really all about finding the one. So we're going to get into that. They've asked that I conclude your reading at the end with an animal totem spread. You guys are the only sign that gets an animal totem this month. So they've asked that I do one. Now, when we do one, they're really talking about what's going on right now, the characteristics you need to exude right now, and less about transitioning later. So that's going to be interesting as well. So that's how we'll wrap up. No more talk. Let's get into it. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save a bunch of time. Right now, I'm going to bring you in so you can watch. Go ahead and hit the like button and build up the energy in here if you're ready to have a great February. All right, phone, you want to go? There it goes, I think. Yes, we are on. Okay. These are my ritual cuts. I like to do this on camera live every single time. It's the same procedure as personal private readings, which I do offer on my website. Basically, it satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. Cuts the deck into 3 different pieces, puts it back together in a separate order, and then they're ready to go. We can just roll right through it. Now the storyline spread itself, I start with 5 cards and expand out from there. Here's our base group. I'm going to need more cards than this. Storyline spreads, just to warn you, this is going to get off camera. They get very, very large. Still going to go after that. I can fit one more there. Ooh, that's close. All right, there's my end. Got to pretend this guy's up over here in one big line, story line. Now I need to get my pairings. One story. I'm going to move this in camera to let you guys see it more clear in just a minute. That's actually going to be standalone. So we got here, and then these guys. So we're looking at 4 different stories, Scorpio. There we go. These are the 4 stories. Now I need to tack on cards. Let's see if the inverts. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a good distribution. That'll stay the way it is. Now I just need extra cards. I need 2 here. This is where it gets sloppy. Okay. I do have some stuff very, very blocked. I'm going to kind of read this individually to see if I need to upright them. Only in cases where they're extremely blocked, because I need to make sure that they want them read that way. So first I'm going to do this one, discard, and that's upright. So they want it blocked. Then down here... Down here is going to stay good, just the way it is. Okay, so we're all ready to go. I just need my oracle cards. I do an oracle card for every single story, and then the challenge is getting it on screen for you. But you saw the main group, and that's really what I wanted you to see. That's the most important part. This is just extra. This just gives me more details about what's going on. Lets me give you some details so you can attach to the points that they are trying to make. Okay, we can see the bottom story quite well. This side, not so much. Turn. There we go. There's the top right corner there story. It's a big one. Down here with Breathe, this is a smaller story. And then at the end here, the fork in the road. Okay, so let's get to it. Got a lot to talk about, Scorpio. Okay. All right, where to begin? I'm going to do the big one first. I'm feeling ballsy with it. Let's go. Yeah. And I'm also going to clear the way here and make some room for myself. We have a younger person coming in first. This is somebody attached to you, probably family member, close friend, something like that. Usually substantially younger than you. It's usually a generation gap when they're talking about a page here. Really, really tough one to read in a general reading because I have a bunch of people. I actually have 3 people coming in here. I have a page, a queen, and a king. It looks like a family. They're blocked, so I don't know if that means like, they're far away or you're expecting people to come and they're just not yet, or what that is. They're I have to read the King of Pentacles too. There's a blockage in money there. Let me get one extra card here just to verify what I'm looking at. Okay, it is money. That's it could be some of you blockage of money with this younger person. Now, for some of you, you may be the younger person here. This could be like if you need a loan from your parents or something like that, or you need a loan from a family member. It's basically showing money is being withheld here, and it's kind of hung up here in the month of February. It's letting you know that this generation gap, the 2 people that are dealing with this money transaction here, money is slow here. It's hung up. It could be a timing thing. It could just be, maybe you expect it in February and it's not going to come through till March. Could very much be something like that. So just be aware. Because next I have the Hangman card. That almost describes exactly what I just said. Hung up. Best way to put it. Things are hung up. We have legal blocked. Things coming in legal are just either not here yet or they're coming soon. They want you to be aware of this. They want you to be very aware of this. It's anytime I see justice come up, it's a bunch of things, but it can be karmic, and this could be you dealing with other people's karma, and that sounds like what I just talked about with helping other people out here. The other thing I always have to tell people, just because it's a general reading, is be careful of like police stuff. Don't like run stop signs. Be very careful about speeding, where you park, toll violations, all that kind of stuff. But also legal agreements could be coming in, or legal changes also. Just not here yet. It could It could start the process in February, but it's going to be happening later down the road. I also have the truth be told, so there's information being presented to you. That's very good. It helps you make good decisions when you have more information and you have the whole case file. I also have taking great authority with work comes up in this story. Interestingly enough, they show you do a good job of that. So I'm not really worried about it, but at the same time, they want you to continue to do so. It's very important for whatever reason. Very fascinating story there in story 1, I must say. And also, that's one of the good things about tarot is planning and preparation. And if you know that, money could be hung up for a while, it can, you can manipulate how you spend and so when, if money does get hung up, it's not a big deal for you. And, this is just a transitory thing anyway, more than likely. Story 2, I'm going to do the smaller one. Story 2, they talk about, this is the one that they wanted completely blocked. So we're just getting rid of all the blockages, the first 2 stories. This is something that's incomplete here. I have the World card inverted. This is something that you need to get done, something that is still left undone. You don't have all the information here. So this is the opposite of story 1, where they're saying that information is being provided to you. Over here, it's saying it's not. It's being withheld. You don't know everything that's going on here. And some of you have a hesitation to leave something behind here. You're really kind of in it to win it, and you're sticking it out. It makes me feel like this is a big fight or a blow-up. It might not be that severe. This could be something minor, but this is very in it to win it vibe. It's just that you don't want to leave it. Whether they're talking about a job, whether they're talking about a lover, whether they're talking about a situation or circumstance, you have just kind of dug in here, and you've decided, you know what? No, I'm going to make this work. This is going to work. And they gave me the breathe card here. So this is, relaxation is needed here. They're saying just to breathe. So it shows that you're going to be stressed here in the situation, and it's probably a mess. And, you got, like I said, if you're dealing with, you don't know everything that's going on. And if you don't know everything that's going on, it's really hard to make the right decisions. It's really hard to deal with the situation as it unfolds until you get more information. But hopefully this comes at a later time. And with that incomplete coming in, it's a good time to work on getting it complete, whatever that means to you. And I don't know exactly even which direction they want you to go with this. I'm assuming, just take it day by day. Simplifying things is always good advice. And, they said breathe. So I think really there's not so much that you actually have to do as far as action, because they didn't show any action cards here at all. All they showed was breathe. So it's going to be okay. Take a deep breath. That's what we got there in story 2. Good time to tell you guys, too, this is a general reading. If you're looking for messages that are personal, private, and specific only to you, I do offer those on my website, scottsagent.com. Let's get into story 3. Story number 3, you can see some congruence here because they talk about really good time to hoard, really good time to keep things internal here instead of external. This usually is money. This could also be health related. If you got something health related going on or a big health decision, it would be good to keep it in instead of sending it out. I know that's kind of general, but that is what the card means. And it's your job to attach what it means or what they're trying to tell you there. So really kind of keep it in the same way that if this is the financial message, which it will be for most of my Scorpios, it's a good month to save, not a good month to spend. Keep it in. It's got to be, it's for another reason. There's a fork in the road coming. That means that there are choices, there are options. This thing is going to just, what course are you going to take? It's kind of like paths, but it's almost like, it could very well be drastic changes here. So it's almost like, well, do you like the path that you're on right now? Okay, if you do, you can keep going down that path. If you don't, guess what? You can do a 180. You can change this sucker right around. You can make a 90-degree right turn, a 90-degree left turn, or you can make a 180 and go right back where you came from. So that's what they're showing here is coming. So there are a major crossroad coming probably in the month of February for you guys. They do show there's an element here of being a little bit tied down, a little bit constrained. So I don't think you're having as much freedom or mobility perhaps here in the month of February as you may like. But they're letting you know that there is still freedom. It just might not feel like the kind you want. It's just like you can move around. You just maybe, I don't know. It's hard to give you an example. In the card they show, let me just tell you what's pictured. I mean, revert to the picture when all else fails. In the picture, the person is tied up around their hands, but they have free use of their feet. They're kind of like surrounded by a fenced-in enclosure, so that's where we get the constraining from. But at the same time, their feet are not tied down. They're free to walk around and wander and, everything else. They are blindfolded and tied, though, so it makes it a little hard to get things done. You're a little tied up. Now, that could be work-related. That could be tied down in love, family, working on projects, just really focused on one thing. That's what they show there. So fork in the road and hang on to that money. So there's story 3. Before we get into story 4, the final story, I do want to tell you guys about the moon cycle forecast because I give you guys that every single month, and you're going to see how this lines up to the stories that we're telling here. Also, the new moon comes in on February 1, the 1st of February. That's when most people are checking this video out. So this is the best time to bring anything new into your life. Same thing applies to the end of February because you got new moon energy coming in from March. But really, February 1, right now, is the best time to bring anything new into your life or to work on anything new. And it doesn't even matter what it is. It could be a new job. It could be new money. It could be new love, if you're working on new love, or even new health. Any of that stuff works much better at the beginning or the end of the month. Middle, not so much. The middle of the month, we have the full moon. Now, I call that the garbage truck of the universe. That's when you want to get something out of your life. That has a purpose, too, and it's very useful if you use it for the right way. So it's good at getting rid of people, things, stuff. Let's say you have clutter and you got to clear out a garage or an attic, something like that. Or maybe you got a bad habit you want to get rid of and kick. Middle of the month. It doesn't have to be the 16th, just any time right around the middle. If you try to do that at the beginning or the end of the month, it doesn't mean that it couldn't be done, but you're going to be walking uphill or swimming against the currents. Much harder to do. So the moon cycles are just for, to help bring things in and out. That's basically all they do. And taking advantage of them is key. So let's get into story 4 here for you. They show a lot of you here. This is for my Scorpios that have been a little sick here or are dealing with anxiety, stress. It could be physical sickness. It could also be mental sickness because it is the 9 of Swords, and Swords is a mental suit. So it basically means sickness. So any of my Scorpios that have been dealing with some kind of illness or sickness or, disease or something like that, it's probably you here in story 4. They're letting you know that there is new health that is coming in blocked. So it's just not here. Or it could be money, a reference to money, but I feel like it's more health related since we started with sickness. There's something coming in here that needs to be opened up and it's not getting through. Or maybe it's a timing issue. Maybe the timing is just not in We do have the Observer card, so they want you to take more of a backseat role here. They want you to watch. what's going on. More so, like I said, backseat. So they don't want you to be in the action directly. They want you to kind of watch what's going on. Maybe you need to keep track of what medications you're taking, or what treatments you're doing, or how much you're running and exercising. Take logs, all that kind of stuff. So they really want you to kind of observe what's going on at this time. In story 4, we do have action moving toward this goal, this blocked new health, or this blocked new money, probably health. There is action going toward it, so they do want you to take action, but it's subtle action. I don't know a better way to describe it. It almost feels like maybe it's just not physical. That could definitely be what it is. It could be like a mental action, or it could be taking action, making decisions, making up your mind, all that kind of stuff. An action without an actual physical action, if that makes sense. There's a level of heartbreak involved here, so there's something that really causes you great grief here. It could be what you're going through, or it could be what you're experiencing, or the people around you have to experience, or that or even that you're watching. This might not even be about you. We could have the observer card coming in because you're seeing this happen to someone else that's very close to you, and of course that affects you, so it's coming through. So, it is the light kind of heartbreak. It's not super heavy. If it was turned around, it would be much worse. So this is the light kind, but it's still something that you feel very deeply. As far as the advice, what I can tell you, what to do about this, I think I've already mostly covered it. We're talking about subtle action here. Getting the context of where they're going with that is huge. Really making sure that this is your story, also huge, because this is probably my rarest story of the group. So there we go. All right, now let's get into your animal totem. Yeah, I can just pull right from there. We're doing one animal totem, so we're talking about what's going on right now in your life. Not future stuff, what you need to exude. Oh, here's a fun one. I haven't done this one before. All right, this is going to be great. I love animal totems because sometimes I have a big list, very large list, and some of them are very interesting and odd. This is not really odd, but it's just it's a very deep one. It's the ladybug. Ladybug has its purpose. It has, it's considered one of the good insects. It helps the crops. It helps the farmers. It is very beautiful too, and it can do a lot of things. It can fly. It can crawl. It has all kinds of mobility, and really beautiful insect also. Now, the ladybug energy for the animal totem in general, what they're trying to tell you to do here is to do your part. I think it's very, very communal. It's do your job, whatever it is. I don't mean your work job. Now, it could certainly be part of that, but really just do your role. Be a role player in February. You don't have to do it all. We had the Observer card coming in Story 4, and that energy seems kind of congruent through the entire reading. They're not telling you to kind of go forward and make any huge, crazy moves here in February. This is kind of a, take it easy, take a breath. You got a fork in the road coming. You got some stuff to prepare for here. It's really a good preparation month. And the ladybug is really kind of doing its role. It's not worried about the future. It's not worried about the past. It's worried about, what its day-to-day activities are. It has, it's a beetle, so it has a hard shell. It could be in a relation to about, be a little thick-skinned. Don't let things get under your skin. Don't let things bother you. But I think it's more about really being a role player and doing your role and enjoying the beauty of your month the same way that we enjoy the beauty of looking at a ladybug, as well as its purpose. And find your purpose and do your purpose, all for February. So very good stuff. That's your entire reading. Thank you so much for joining. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. I do these every single month. Also join the newsletter. It's at the very bottom of my website, scottsagent.com, and that will get you promo codes to save you money on readings, and also updates, all the updates that I have. I send one newsletter every month. It's nice and easy. And also like the Facebook page, because on the Facebook page I do a giveaway every single month. I'm giving away free stuff all the time, guys. So make sure you're signed up for all that. Like the Facebook page, sign up for the newsletter, and you're good to go. So take care, and I will see you soon.